Hey friends. Um, I've had an interesting uh, insight, I guess I'd call it, or I don't know what to call it. An interesting impression show up over the last couple days, and it sort of crystallized this morning because it's the holidays and things are crazy. I've been kind of talking in on this post about one of the opportunities that this type of period gives us is a chance to remember and practice embracing whatever comes, right? And taking whatever comes up. And again, this is probably coming from the point of view of someone who does well with a routine. Things like meditation practice, qigong practice, piano practice, a writing practice. These things benefit from regularity and they benefit from consistency, right? They build upon consistency, and um, so I'm somebody who just thrives in an environment where I can be really regular. Well, guess what? That's not this. That's not what this time is about. And for somebody like me, this is an interesting opportunity to let go and just be in the flow of what's happening, and to recognize that there is a practice, a rather high level practice, that this kind of opportunity that's afforded to me by this opportunity, and that's actually kind of hard to get at otherwise. You sort of need the world, circumstances, to wrong foot you a little so that you can even have a practice of embracing whatever comes up. Now, luckily, the universe is a pretty complicated place. For those of us who are really attached to our routines, we're going to have plenty of opportunities to have them thwarted and to have them interrupted and rejiggered and have to think on the fly. So there's no shortage of those opportunities. But the holidays are they're a good example of that. In that context, what has showed up for me, and I think this is again kind of a product of just maintaining my core practices, but with a lot of kind of play in the steering. One of the things that showed up this morning, it was just a reminder and an even deeper recognition of the fact that our body is an emotional, psychological, spiritual processing plant. That's what our body's doing. And the reason why this kind of came through so clearly is because the last couple mornings, I've had a little less sleep than usual. Not vastly less than usual. I haven't been drinking any alcohol, so it's not like there's that factor in my system, which I know over the holidays for a lot of people that is a factor. But for me, so in other words, all that's really been changed is the rhythm of my sleeping, going to bed a little later, maybe still trying to get up early and having a little less, But my body has felt like I'm processing vastly more, orders of magnitude more than under ordinary circumstances. When I do my physical practice in the morning, I am churning through, like this is some yoga. This is like stuff is being moved, and I can and the connection was just, I felt my physical system moving and processing. I don't know. I couldn't really tell you if it was integrating or if it was simply releasing some of what's been coming at me. And I suddenly realized, oh, yeah, the difference isn't that I've had vastly less sleep or less rest or more more physical tension entering my system over the last week or so. It's emotional, psychological stuff. And this is no slight against the experience that I'm having. It's amazing. I'm having a blast being around my family, being around Katie's family, being around the extended family. Yeah, I'm doing my video post. Case in point. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I wouldn't change a thing. And I wake up in the morning and my body goes, all right, now you got to work with this. Now this is not just the baseline sort of every day, a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down. This is like explosion of more kind of, which makes sense. I mean, we've got family flying in from all over the world, converging. Our karma, our programming, all this energy and emotional patterning that has shaped our lives being activated. Whether we know it or not, it's being activated. Whether we know it or not, it's bouncing off us. Our system is registering this. And so no wonder I get up in the morning and it's like, okay, the yoga practice is like, 20 times as intense as it is on a normal day, on a normal day, in kind of like a normal flow of things. And so part of what I'm appreciating is just that, how much I'm actually processing and integrating. Which a lot of this is happening on a sort of semi-conscious level, because I'm not necessarily feeling hey, I'm about to get a question from a Roman. Roman, you want to get on my video post? Come here. This is my nephew Roman. Roman is awesome. What do you need, Roman?
Where would you find newspaper?
Newspaper?
Yeah.
Excellent question. We don't really have newspaper. What do you need it for?
We're doing potions and stuff.
Oh, I see. Some to put down underneath a painting project.
Yeah.
Take a look between the two, by the recycling bin. You know where the trash is in the kitchen. The 3 silver cans. Between them are a bunch of paper bags that you can cut up or tear up and turn them into the thing you need. Part of what's coming up is an appreciation of what's really happening, whether or not I'm conscious of it. And I will say, to a large extent, I'm not conscious of it until I feel it in my body, until I sort of start to practice, start to move my body, start to let my awareness register in my system, and I go, oh my God, there's energy here, and I better move it. Because it's not that it's negative energy, it's just it's not integrated and it's not released. It's kind of like if you work out, you register tension in your muscles, and then your muscles have to recover, right? That recovery process is kind of what the physical yoga practice is for me. It's taking that emotional, psychological, spiritual energy and, okay, now that has impacted my system. Now that's informing me how, let me move this, let me feel it, let me release it, let me make sure that it's not sticking in my system, that I'm not just letting it settle somewhere without being conscious of it. Part of it is appreciating how much of that is coming in, and part of it is noticing that that's what tension in my body really is. So that's the case whether or not it's a kind of chaotic time like this, or more of like a little bit up, a little bit down, regular mode day. What we're feeling in our body is that. It's rare that what we feel in our physical system is strictly the product of our of something physical that happened to us. I would say 5% of what I feel in my physical system comes from something I've physically done. Like if I go work out, yeah, sure, I'll feel some tension in my body, wherever in the muscles and the parts of my body that I worked out. But once I start working out regularly, I don't really feel it that much anymore. And B, even when I do, the difference between a day that I worked out and a day that I like, the amount of physical integration that needs to take place after a day of working out is nothing compared to like a holiday party. Nothing. I mean, not even close. So that's informative about what it is our body's doing, and what it is that this physical system even is. It's a processing center for that information. That's what our karma is. That's what our that's what our spiritual journey is. That's what our emotional, psychological experience is. And understanding that that's what our body's doing just kind of gives us a chance to really participate in that process consciously, and to know that that's what our body's doing, to use our body for that purpose, not to think, oh, I want to get my body, like not to assume that what's happening in our physical system is somehow happening on a superficial level, or is something that we need to just dispatch with so we can get on with life. No, that is the practice of life. That is what our physical system is doing all the time. And if we recognize that, then we can sort of relax into that natural, what that flow is all about. So yeah, it's kind of a cool experience that I'm having, feeling this. Look at this. You gotta see this. There's a hot air balloon rising in our park. I can't zoom in, otherwise I would. Anyway, that's where I'm at today, folks. Thanks for watching. Much, much love. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Hope you're all having a great holiday and integrating all this stuff. It's a lot, but it's good. Love you. Bye.